Hey folks, Gary here. Yesterday the Flames won, so that's pretty cool. So we can wear this shirt with pride today. But yesterday we looked at Luke chapter 1, verses 1 to 4, and Luke tells us why he wrote the book of Luke, which is good. It's good to have that background. Well, today we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to look at the book of Proverbs. So Proverbs 1, 1 to 9. And in this, we learn why King Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs. Now, Solomon is incredibly wise. He's been given this wisdom from God. And it pays to pay attention to someone who's really, really wise. And so everything he says about the book of Proverbs, which we find in the Bible, applies to the Bible. Yeah, so let's read it. It says this. These are the Proverbs of King Solomon of Israel, the son of David. Proverbs will teach you wisdom and self-control and how to understand sayings with deep meanings. In other words, you're going to be able to understand things better, right? We read scripture for the purpose of understanding who God is, understanding this love letter that he's written to us of who we are with him, but also to understand the times we're in. Because the times we're in, God's already talked about that, and the principles are exactly the same. And the word's living, it really does apply to everyday life. But here's the thing, it helps us understand our everyday life better because we put it against something that is stable, that has proven its worth. And so we understand what we're in so much better because of what we read. Okay, I'll continue on here. You will learn what is right and honest and fair. From these, an ordinary person can learn to be smart. Young people can gain knowledge and good sense. We want to be wiser, yeah. If you are already wise, you'll become even wiser. And if you are smart, you will learn to understand proverbs and sayings as well as words of wisdom and all kinds of riddles. Respect and obey the Lord. This is the beginning of knowledge. Only a fool rejects good advice. So we find incredibly good advice in Scripture. And so we honor and respect God. We obey him and we learn from him. We learn to be so much better, right? And then verse 8 and 9, I like this. My child, obey the teachings of your parents. So obey the teachings of your parents. Obey what Scripture tells you. Actually really grab a hold of it and wear their teachings as you would wear a pretty hat or a lovely necklace. In other words, apply it to your life. Live it. You will never go wrong living out what Scripture says, right? Scripture is about loving God with everything you have and loving your neighbor as yourself. And that is a recipe for success. You will never fail with that. And then there's a whole bunch of other things too that are just even better and just cool. So read your word. Wear it like a lovely necklace.